Icespire is a good one, says Koopy. I also like Icespire. Drywater says, Dragon of Icespire is a mech campaign by itself. I have it, except it's just a collection of random quests. Okay, so Dragon of Icespire Peak by itself, yeah, it can be pretty meh. If you incorporate it with Lost Mine of Phandelver, I promise you, it will be a lot of fun. You do need to do a lot of footwork to make sure that everything coincides and everything works together well. But at the end of the day, they're based in the exact same region, the exact same town, the exact same area. They include a lot of the same characters, although there are a few added in Icespire Peak. And they work very well together. They work very, very well together. There are a lot of guides online that you can find in which they advise you on how to combine the two of them. Now, Phandelver's not without flaws, and neither is Icespire Peak. I think Phandelver suffers from being a very, very open adventure that allows the players to just go and do what they want, and it doesn't really have a lot of... Unless your players are playing as the characters that are pre-written for the starter set, and those characters have backstory reasons as to why they would actually try and set off on this quest to find Wave Echo Cave, then there's not really any reasons for, unless you work on backstory with your players, there's not really any reasons to keep them on that adventure path. That's the flaw with Phandelver, in my opinion. The flaw with Icespire Peak is that there's just a lot of random adventures that can be somewhat railroaded, somewhat structured, but don't allow for a lot of freedom when it comes to it. Like the job board. The job board in Icespire Peak, it's exactly what it says. It's a board where people can go and select an adventure and then they go and do it. If you combine the two, you get a really nice amalgamation of both freeform adventure, you know, going, exploring the world, stumbling across ruins, but also, if the players encounter, let's say the players wander off, they encounter a monster that's too difficult for them, and they metagame for a moment and they say, oh, we kind of need to level up a little bit before we push any further. Okay. Go take a look at that quest board in town. There's plenty on there, and plenty of those adventures have subtle ties to the overarching storyline. So that would be my advice anyway.